We're covering video in a big way. There's been some early adoption of video by advertisers and some more recent. Where do things stand now? Where does the industry stand, and what seems to work in terms of video created for the web?
I think the danger there is that people are looking for what works and realizing the kind of invention and creativity you need is to design what works anew. We're in an industry for so long, the 30-second TV spot was so standard, all you had to do is be creative inside the same box. Now you have to bend all sorts of different boxes. What works for this, what works out, what works for this audience. So I think we're going to an age of not practices like that, but of possibilities, which require us actually to be collaborators and inventors much more. So as soon as we stop looking for the formula or what's the ad unit of the future, then we can start seizing some of the, once you unlearn old habits, don't look for a plug-and-play answer, you suddenly realize, wow, we're living this age of amazing possibilities. Get out of the way and everything's possible. So I think that's a mindset problem to become inventors, really.
What is the opportunity for web video versus broadcast television?
I don't know if you heard my intro remarks today, where I finished with the story that, to me, that's an unintelligible question. I have a 2-year-old daughter, and she's come up with the most penetrating commentary on this question for me. Like most dads, I have to ask my wife occasionally, honey, what does she mean? She keeps talking about the big pewter, Larkin she's got. She keeps talking about the big pewter. My wife explained to me, oh, she wants to watch her children's shows on the big pewter, honey, by which my daughter meant the television in the living room. Now, us over 2 still call it the television, but for her, it was just another screen among many on which she watches the shows, skips the ads if they're there, and actually controls her technology and content every bit as effectively as she controls her dad. So in a way, the difference between broadband, web, and TV, they're screens on which you watch your content. So I think we've got to stop thinking about television as a, hermetically sealed channel. They're screens that you watch stuff on and control.
And what about mobile? What are the opportunities there in terms of being creative? It's such a small screen.
It's such a small screen. I don't know what mobile you're dealing with. I think if you start thinking about location-based marketing, stop calling it mobile. Mobile, again, you're just trying to reduce it to a device rather than an approach. I think if we think about location-based marketing, frankly, whether it's on your desktop computer, because we know the IP address, we know where you are, that's a good starting point for creating some value and relevance. Whether it's your iPad, whether it's out of home, I think you think location-based. And I think the great thing about location-based marketing is sometimes we need freedom from choice, not just more choice, and location-based helps you make some of those selections, helps do a filter of relevance. So let's talk location-based rather than mobile.
Okay, very good. And just one last thing. In terms of today's conference, what are some of the takeaways or the discussions that are current?
Yeah, I think it's kind of interesting is year 1, 2 years ago, the first Digital Content NewFront, my main concern is we had a lot of middlemen on the stage, very few women, if any, and a lot of men in sports jackets. This year, women are taking over the world of media. In 30 years' time, I think we're going to be making a show called Mad Women. Mad Men was the macho mass media world. Mad Women is the social media, the nurturing, the conversational world. Look at the people up there today. Look at Martha. Look at Ariana. Mad Women. I think I'm going to get my daughter auditioning now.
Sounds like a good series. All right. Thanks very much, Mark.
Thanks very much indeed. Bye.
I wanted, when I got involved in that, for it to have meaning. So, I really do feel organic about the story I'm telling for women, the story I want to provide and have Disney as a partner provide about everything that matters to women, but to do it in an accessible, fresh, entertaining way. And so that kind of producer, like you talked about, creator brain, we're not just, even when we have a job, like I have a day job, which I love, but it's not necessarily